Hello everyone. Welcome to the 2024 Bali Awards Behind the Curtain live stream, where we are going to get right down into discussion, showing you guys all of the results exactly as I have them, and much more. I would like to thank all of you for the incredible show that we just put on, and all of you that were there. A lot of work truly goes into that, and I don't want to sour on that. But guys, to start this stream off, I'm going to pause the music. I really do have to address something here, guys. And it's not what you think. It's not any of that. I was ridiculously disappointed to see, actually, I'm not going to say this yet. This was an amazing show. I don't want to like take away from that. Let me actually get my green screen. Which side is it? Okay, that's a little better. So that I can actually be in the middle of the shot. So it was an amazing show. 99% of you guys were awesome. I want to thank you guys so much for showing up, for showing all your support, for being awesome chatters. But I have to address the 1% just right at the beginning here, because I ultimately don't want the 1% to ruin the whole show. Guys, I understand, you know, we take shots at like who wins because they're products, or you take shots at me because I won an award in my own show, blah, 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 blah. I get it. It's funny. We can laugh about that. But can we please just sit back and think for a second before we start dogging on people who took time out of their day to make a presentation for this show? The amount of hate that I saw for some of our presenters tonight was disappointing, ridiculous, and just annoying, all of the above. I can't fathom looking at someone who's presenting an award for an event that's supposed to make the community like a better place. It's supposed to be a positive thing to end the year on, and going, I don't like that person that made an award. I'm just going to sit here bitching in chat the whole time. It was really disappointing to see. It's kind of pathetic. I have to be honest with you guys. It's really pathetic that we can't put aside some of our differences or some of our opinions of each other just for one singular night. But again, it was 1% ultimately. The rest of you guys were great. So I'm not going to let it get us down too much. It was, yeah. I mean, yeah, you hate the results and the makers. I saw a lot for some very specific people. A lot of people just not being great. And it's just sad when these people took so much time out of their day to make us a presentation. I just wanted to say that at the beginning of this, but we're not going to dwell on it too long, because ultimately the show was awesome. The show was so great. I could not be more happy with the results, with the people who made presentations, with the fact that I finished it all before the show actually started for once. A ton of work went into that, and I don't want to touch an editing software for at least another week. Yeah, it was great. It was really great. Thank you so much. Thank you all, and thank you all for being here. Yo, what's up, Kanto, Yippee, Oliver, Mina, Den? I'll get to you in a second. Ted, Bulldog, Cat, Fox, Oliver, Steffi, Tony, Fried Donut, Chunky, Traveler, Kanto, Min, sorry. Ace, Chunky, I'm gonna repeat people, Mina, Adam, Hop, Arnold's, Steven. Thank you guys all for being here, genuinely. So Den, we will get to your question in a bit, but you guys can, future reference for any presenters, you guys can ask for the results in their entirety. Like, I've had people ask for like the counts of all of them. I've had people ask for the like the numbers, the percentages, the first place, second place, third place, stuff like that. So if you ever want it, go for it. If Ethan doesn't catch my question, he's gonna catch my hands. Okay. Love the show, man. And thank you guys all truly for the support on the show. It's so much work, man. Ted asks, what percentages of presentations did you have to edit over? So I had to edit every presentation in order to do the intro and outro that you saw, but the amount that I had to actually like provide visual aids for, I would say about half of them. And it was very simple. It was very quick. Just, you know, anyone who didn't do a visual aid, which thank you everyone who did, but anyone who didn't do a visual aid, we just did a simple 10 frame fade in, 10 frame fade out. It was much easier. If you saw the first year that I put on the Bali Awards, I had animations for all of the nominees, and it was just way too much work, especially now that we've ballooned to over 21 categories, or over 20 categories, excuse me. But easiest year on you mentally? No. This was one of the tougher years because of my job going on. Like, the reason that everything was so crunched, if you were a presenter, you saw how crunched things were. It was just so much to manage, but I think it was the easiest year because I managed it the best. I did 3 videos a night for like a week straight, and it was so much better than in previous years where I would just do like 9-hour sessions trying to get everything together for like 3 days straight. So it wasn't easiest like time management wise, but it also was at the same time because I did a much better job of actually time managing it this year, which I was really proud of myself for. But yeah, the presenters did fantastic, dude. Notable shout outs. Den, always so enjoyable to watch present. Ted, you did an excellent job for that being your first time like doing something like that, as far as I'm aware. Dasuko fucking crushed it. That was my favorite video of the night. What a creative, fun, just awesome. It was great to see Artsy there. It was awesome to have like some smaller up and coming YouTubers like Pez, like Ghost, and then some of the, you know, community classics, Brandon, Will, Buffness, etc. I don't know why people were upset about Teflon Vault. So I think, and this isn't what I was talking about before with the presenter hate, I think most of the people who are upset about the results, I don't know, last year it was like, I don't know, man. But this year, I don't really know how I feel about it. There is one objectively bad category that needs to be changed, and we will get into that because Den's right here. Lovely Legacy needs to be changed. Lovely Legacy, the nominations needs to be changed. It is not a category that I think should be left up to community votes, because when you leave it up to community votes, you get a Balisong that got discontinued this year. I really do want to give the community a actual legacy Balisong to chew on for once, instead of picking like the Kraken, which again, the Kraken, hugely influential, the Prisma Pro, hugely influential, both deserving, but I want to do next year actual legacy Balisongs. Like Den said, get the 42, get the Replicant, get the Alpha Beast, get stuff like that. Like Lovely Legacy needs an age requirement. I've thought about that, but I think the better course of action is to just not leave it to the community. Lovely Legacy is not a thing that changes. It's not a thing that like that I could miss a Balisong in my blind spot, because that's the reason we do community voting, is so things that I don't personally see can get nominated. Like this year, Pez Flips got nominated for Rising Star. I wasn't aware of who he was until a few weeks ago. But Lovely Legacy isn't like that. There are like objectively old and influential Balisongs that you can nominate, and I don't think people would get upset about that, like people making the nominations. So I think that's the biggest change we're going to make going into next year, is putting Lovely Legacy. Den, I would love to work with you directly to get a list going for Lovely Legacy that still fits our rule set. Like you can't have 2 of the same maker in a category. And getting maybe like a team together to kind of discuss that. Kraken better be on there. The Kraken already won. That's the thing with Lovely Legacy. Once you win it once, you can't win it again because Legacy doesn't change. Sorry, I'm eating a Hot Pocket. Was most of the voting demographic kids or newcomers? I don't have that info. I don't collect data like that. So unfortunately, I can't answer that specifically. But what I can do is show you guys behind the scenes of what all the voting looked like. Dude, Balisong of the year. You guys are gonna be pissed. Holy cow. So, without further ado, we had 750 responses, and I need to flip my camera. God, I always forget how to do this. Oh, it's right here, and then bam. Cool. We had 750 responses this year. Slightly less than last year, but we did actually almost make it, which is really cool. Some of the beginning categories were a lot of our like 3-time winners. You had accessory and best oil, which were a sweep, probably the biggest sweep in the whole show. In terms of like percentage wise, there's so many categories that are so close. These were not one of them. Zippy and Carbon Honey have such a chokehold on these categories that I would be surprised if they ever get taken down while the Bali Awards are going on. It'd almost be more of an accomplishment to win these awards in the future because of how long Zippy and Carbon Honey have won them. But really quickly, actually, I do want to give you the most winning company, which, as most people guessed, I believe is LDY. I don't actually have the statistics for this, but let me just really quickly run a count for that, because I meant to do that in between streams, but there just wasn't enough time. So LDY... Oh, this is the wrong... Frick. I'm on the wrong category. LDY walked home with four categories, essentially, which I believe is the most out of the whole show. I think I think if you were to determine the winningest company of the whole show, it would be LDY. Coolest customs maker. This was really close last year, I want to say. Yeah, coolest customs was like a couple of votes last year. It was 13 votes. This year, not the case. Stitch ran away with it, which is kind of surprising for me, considering we have less people voting this year than last year. And usually when you see like an influx of people, it's all like, I'm sorry to use this term, but normies who vote for like the most popular thing or whatever. And that's where you see boosts to like Stitch Steel or like Will Hirsch or something like that. And where the biggest audience actually matters. We have the best plastic Balisong, which also by no surprise was a huge... Stitch doesn't make customs. Stitch does things by hand. Stitch doesn't use any computer-aided design. Or any computer-aided manufacturing. I'm still eating a Hot Pocket. Frank P ran away with it. especially considering last year was like, it wasn't terribly close, but Flipforge had a chokehold on this last year. Now Frank has extended that lead even more. In fact, the palette it's almost less than half, or it's almost half of the people that voted for the Frank. And surprisingly, the Cycloid HD is the one that got voted the least. No offense, Brandon. I saw you in here. Thank you for your congratulating me on the show. I genuinely appreciate it. I would have guessed the Squiddy WH would have been last, but a set Balisong that he makes. No, Stitch makes customs. That's not even up for debate. Stitch hand makes everything he does. No milling or computer controlled anything like that. Something about the chat constantly being the whole Frank P robbed. Yeah, I've been dealing with that in this chat for a long time, so I knew it was going to be a big thing, but it did get pretty annoying pretty quickly. I can't lie. So many of those like slip ups that I had where I would like just kind of stop and stutter for a while was me looking at chat and seeing some stupid thing that I really wanted to call out, but it's not what the Bali Awards are about. But now I can call you out. It's not funny anymore. Guys, I'm not franking you. It's not funny anymore. Yeah, best plastic, boom. Most innovative. This one was one that I had no idea where it was going to go. I am ultimately not surprised because this isn't the Bali Awards stream. I'm going to let you know my opinions now. I'm ultimately not surprised that the Teflon Vault won because I think Teflon is a genuinely good innovation, but holy hell did the Parallax get robbed. The Parallax was winning for so long of the Bali Awards. I think for the first like 3 days voting was live, Zippy had the Parallax locked down for most innovative. And I was like, okay, good. Great, cool. He deserves that. That's awesome. And then I come back at the end of the voting and it's the Teflon Vault, which again, deserved. I'm not going to sit here and say it's not deserved. But if I were voting, you know what? Here, let me tell you what I would have voted for, because I think that would be pretty interesting for you guys to hear. Here, Zippy inserts, definitely. Carbon Honey, definitely. But I also want to see some new options. Why is Super Lube still here? Why are we still voting for this? Why are we still nominating it? It's an Amazon big company product. Let's like get people who are actually in the community in here. Coolest customs, I personally would have voted Mantis. Best plastic, mine probably would have gone to the palette, but the Frank P, they're pretty close and tied for me. Most innovative, mine's the Parallax. I think the Parallax definitely deserved that. And the Teflon Vault is great. I can see why people picked it. My personal pick, definitely the Parallax. What about the Zippy Lucha? Zippy Lucha didn't get nominated. Most improved, the Vault Pro. Now, I know there are some people out there who are probably going to say, oh, the Vault Pro, it's like, I understand it's not a Vault V2, but for all intents and purposes, it basically is. It's a phenomenal upgrade. It's absolutely deserving of this award. I probably would have voted for the Barracuda V2 on the fact that I like the Barracuda V2 better as a Balisong, but I do think that the Vault Pro is the best upgrade it's the most improved Balisong. So like just off of personal opinion, I would go Barfly, but I think if you stick to what the category was made for, which is the Balisong that exhibited the most improvement, I absolutely believe the Vault Pro is the most deserving of these. The Mako V5 is not a crazy upgrade, and the Sirius V4 is like the same Balisong with like some lasering on it and a different blade. So absolutely Vault Pro all day for sure. Best budget, the Orion. Now, I personally would have picked the Cheese because I want to see something else win, but another chokehold win on this one. one of the bigger sweeps of the entire show with 68%, 492 votes out of 722. Just insane. Insane stuff. Mid-range. Who could have guessed it? The community has yet to look around the Kraken. My personal pick would have been the Superfly, and I think for a while the Superfly was winning, as was the Superfly winning in outstanding value. But once you see a bunch of people like pour in, then you see kind of like the more popular answers start to take shape, and it's like, okay, then everything settles in. Hey, what's up, Shattered? Congratulations on the nomination, and thank you for thanking me for my effort in the awards. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate that you stopped by. The Orion won like 4 different categories. So the Orion won Best Budget, Outstanding Value, Best Beginner Balisong. Am I forgetting one? Oh no, LDY won 4 categories with the Frank P. So no, the Orion won 3. So best mid-range, again, it's the Kraken. I don't think the Kraken is the best mid-range Balisong. I'm surprised. I'm honestly surprised the Superfly did so well. I thought this was going to be another like 68% kind of category. But yeah, the Kraken, I think Pyro summed it up best. I do wish other people would, I wish people would realize there are other Balisongs, but I can't deny that the Kraken is a community favorite for a reason. Yeah. Couldn't find all their accounts though. So actually, Shattered, if you go to, sorry, let me do this. So the end credits that I did, that played at the end of the Bali Awards, it has all of the presenters and their Instagram tags. These are all of the people, how you can find them on Instagram. So Rob, Balisong Nerd, if you want to thank people. Everything is right here. These are all Instagram tags. For future reference, where do I vote next year? So I will release a link in either early or late November on my Instagram story and in my Discord server. I try to have people like spread it around as much as they can, but ultimately, if you want to know Bali Awards news, the best place is to follow me on Instagram, link in the description, or join my Discord, link in the description. Anyway, best Grail. This is probably the close, actually, what was it last year? 43-27. This is, I think, the closest the Tsunami has been to winning. Very, very close. Tsunami almost took it, but the Seraph continues to be the community favorite for Grail, which is really sick. By a margin of about 60 votes, too, which is crazy. A Magnificent Modder. This is the one that I think people would have been pretty excited to see, because, oh man, did Andrew Myers crush it. This was another one that I think BA last year. Yeah, he had a pretty good chokehold on the rest of the category with about 100 votes between him and the next closest. But this year, Andrew Myers took it. Not nearly as high of a margin, but still very, very cool to see. And honestly, Buffness, for being someone who recently got into modding and is not doing like the rest of these guys are doing some truly insane stuff. Buffness is doing very cool stuff, but it is also very basic. I was very surprised and also pleased to see how well he did. So it's clear that people like what Buffness is doing with his mods. Whoa. But yeah, well deserved. Andrew Myers. I love the stuff he does with Cerakote. Really cool stuff. That would I haven't been saying what I would vote for. So most improved, yeah, I said that. Best budget, I'd vote for the Cheese. Mid range, vote for the Superfly. Grail, definitely the Seraph. Modder, I probably would have given it out of these people to Bali Jesus. I think he does some of my favorite work, but Andrew Myers is a really, like, they could switch at any point. Lovely Legacy. Now, Denden, dude, Denden, I was so depressed for you. Oh man, the Replicant almost had it. The Replicant was less than 30 votes off. And it was winning most of the time that voting was live. The Replicant was winning. I was sitting there. I was celebrating in my head. I was like, we're going to be able to give Denden an actual Legacy Balisong. And in the final few days, the Prisma Pro just shot up. It was so close. I was so genuinely excited to present a Legacy Balisong, but it was not to be. We are left with the Prisma Pro. Again, a great Balisong. I would have voted for the 42 just because of everything that the 42 represents to this hobby, but I wouldn't have been mad to see the Replicant win. I'm not mad. It's such a difficult thing to vocalize because I love the Prisma Pro and I genuinely do believe the Prisma Pro left an amazing legacy. It was just like untouchable for the price. It was just a fantastic Balisong, available often, cool customizations, everything like that. But putting it in that Hall of Fame before some of the founding members of this community is just as disappointing. And I think the true loser is Denden, who has to continue to wish that these Balisongs that he loves will win, but then they don't. Anyway, I would have picked the 42 there. Effortless EDC, the Kraken wins in a landslide again, but the Orion surprisingly close. Less than 100 votes. This was one that when the nominations first came out, I was terrified because ultimately I don't make the nominations. I just collect them. There are a few decisions that have to be made with nominations, like people who are nominating the buffness for Rising Star when he's objectively not, he doesn't meet the criteria for the category. But like, I try to keep my hands out of it as much as possible. So I knew people would be mad at me, even though they shouldn't be, just like they will be for the awards. There will be people that look at me and go, you won a category in your own show. You're rigged, stupid idiot. I get it. I'm prepared for that. But I was terrified of the community response to the Orion getting best EDC, because in my head, I was like, how can a $75 Balisong compete with some of these other EDCs? People already freaked out about the Kraken. They're going to freak out about the Orion. Honestly, the Orion was well accepted in the community, and I was really shocked by that. I was really shocked to see how chill people were with the Orion being nominated. But, I mean, out of this, I'd pick the Alpha Beast. I think the Alpha Beast is the one. You don't make the rules. I do make the rules. I don't make the nominations. No, I literally do make the rules. It's my show. Yeah. But I get what you're saying. My pick would have been the Alpha Beast. There's no knife I would want, or the Gaboon. Honestly, the Gaboon is a super underrated EDC because it's small. It slips into a pocket really easy and it kind of just disappears because it's small, and it has an incredibly sharp and durable blade. So personally, actually, I'd pick the Gaboon. Denden. I'm going to say everything I said about Lovely Legacy because Denden is back. Denden, we were so nearly there. The Replicant was winning for a majority of the voting, and in the last few days, the Prisma Pro took it. I was celebrating. I was genuinely excited that you would be able to present an actual Legacy Balisong, and the Prisma Pro swooped it out from under our feet with less than 30 votes. So sorry about that. Genuinely, next year will be very different. But yeah, I largely agree with what you said in your video. I think it's my fault that the Prisma Pro won ultimately, because I'm the one that keeps talking about it and I'm the one that's been hyping it up for so long. I believe that the Prisma Pro has a legacy. I do not believe that it deserves to be inducted into this before our founding members of Balisongs, or even before the VOLP. Honestly, I think the VOLP deserves to win before the Prisma Pro does. And ultimately, the biggest loser, like Frizz said, was Den Den. Because ultimately, I don't think Machinewise or BRS give a fuck that they won or lost this category, but I know that Den Den does. I do. So Den Den will work together next year to make sure that this is like a proper category that you can be excited to maybe dress up for and present instead of giving the community a large talking to. Yeah. Anyway, we went over EDC. Flipper with Flare. This one was another one that Flipper with Flare last year was Red Edge. By like, this has always been a close category, but Flipper was a Dolphin was the second time this time. I don't think Flipper was a Dolphin even appeared this year. In fact, it was mostly just the Flipper of the Year that appeared on Flipper with Flare. But Mystic taking it home really close with Red Edge, but with about 50 votes. Taking it home over Mystic would be my pick. He is a ridiculously talented flipper. Does some ridiculously interesting things. Red Edge is amazing as well, but Red Edge won last year. I wanted to see someone new win, and I'm glad someone did. Not your fault. I do think you could have pre-picked the nominees to help people understanding what you mean, but at the end of the day, it's just kids. Yes, that's what will happen next year. Lovely Legacy will not be picked by the community next year. Because as I explained at the beginning of the stream, if I pick all the nominees myself, like I did the first year, like me and Ty selected the nominees for the first year, we can have blind spots for people or things that we aren't aware of, and then that would be really unfair to the people who love that product or the people who made that product. The thing with Legacy Balisongs is they don't change. There's no blind spot. You just talk to someone who's really knowledgeable about the history of Balisongs, and then you kind of make a list from there. So, and all the companies, I don't think give a flying fuck whether they get nominated or not. So there's no point, there's no hurt feelings or anything like that, or there's no like unfairness in just picking a Legacy Balisong for the Legacy category. Lovely Legacy should have been the 51. Heard so many stories with it being the first Live Blade Balisong. Getting the modding would be a great platform. So again, you can't have the same company win a nomination twice. So because so many people voted for the 42, then the 52 can't be involved. And we will still do that. That kind of basically just eliminates like a Nabali's or an LDY centric, and I don't mean them specifically, but that kind of eliminates like best budget Balisong just being 4 Nabali's Balisongs, which it probably would be. It'd be like the Orion and 4 Nabali's Balisongs. We want to spread out the love to as many companies as possible. So we can't have the 52 or the 51 and the 42, but if the 51 gets picked over the 42, then sure. This year though, it was the 42 that got the most votes. And that's also why you'll see beginner Balisong only have 3 categories, because literally no one voted for anything else. They voted for LDY stuff, they voted for Nabali stuff, and they voted for Squid stuff, and that was it. Squid Trainer deserves a spot. Squid Trainer would be sick. I think the Squid Trainer would be awesome, being one of like the premier aluminum Balisong. I can't think of another Balisong like that's more recent that has such a big legacy, you know. But yeah, Flipper with Flare, Mystic, Effortless, we already went over this. Outstanding value, Orion has a chokehold on it. The Superfly was looking like it was going to win, but then the Orion came in and swooped it up. It was over 100 votes. I am really pleased though, like I said during the stream, I am really pleased to see people not just voting for things that are cheap. It was really nice to see people actually comprehend and put the pieces together that value does not equal cheap. Value equals you're getting a lot more for your money than you pay for. And I think the Superfly is a perfect example of that. Is the Kraken a perfect example of that? No, I think the Kraken is actually maybe a little higher priced than it maybe should be. I'm not going to say it's overpriced, but like, I'm certainly not going to say it's an amazing value. But the Superfly, definitely. The Orion, definitely. The Canyon, honestly, yeah. Yeah, like, honestly, if I just left it up to myself, Lovely Legacy would be the 42, the 42, frick, the 42, the TAC 2. Part of me wants to say the Archangel and then the Replicant, and maybe switch out the Archangel for a Squid Trainer and maybe switch out the Replicant for a Alpha Beast, but stuff like that. Actually, no, I think the Replicant would take it because it was like a popularization of G10. $42 Replicant, TAC 2, Archangel, Squid Trainer. I think that's a great list. I think we pick 4 of those, we have them next year, and then we put the 5th in the next year, because since we have to trade stuff out. 42 Rep, TAC 2, Archangel. Throw those in, and then Squid Trainer gets added the next year. I think might be what happens, but we'll discuss it at a later date. Next year's Balisongs, or next year's Bali Awards will most likely look very, very different to what they looked like this year. What would be the point of having it in the Bali Awards? It's not like it's going to be based on that year. The point would be to build a kind of Hall of Fame. Because that's the reason we don't allow things who won previously to win again. Because then it would just be the same thing every year. The idea is, because the Bali Awards aren't just about honoring all the people that did things this year. It's about honoring the people who have made this hobby great throughout the years. And Lovely Legacy will honor those Balisongs that have made the Balisong community what it is today. So we build a sort of Hall of Fame of all of some of the best and most influential flippers out there that will get added onto each and every year, because as some things win, then some things will get older. We'll eventually get to a point where the Kraken like could genuinely have one legacy from being like a 10-year-old Balisong, you know? So the Bali Awards are less about things that happened this year. And while it is important to highlight things that happened this year, I think you can't only focus on this year, because then you wouldn't give the credit to the right people. Why not do a Lovely Legacy company instead of a Balisong? Because I think it's harder to define the influence that a single company had. Like, sure, Squid made history by making aluminum popular in the Balisong community, but how did they do that? They did that with the Squid Trainer. One thing I would consider doing is doing a new of the year category, and I'd have to see you guys' opinion on this. I'm thinking about maybe doing a company of the year, because like this year, Nabali's. Like, I think Nabali's would be my company of the year with all their releases and all the crazy things that they've done, especially with like Create with Nabali's and stuff like that. So we'll see. We'll see. I think recognizing the companies would be cool, but when you recognize a Balisong that a company made, you're recognizing the company anyway. So it might be a little redundant. It seems like the way people vote for the Lovely Legacy category is just their favorite discontinued Balisong. Yeah, I mean, that's most of these categories, dude. I made a whole description. No one reads them. What's up, Mystic? Congratulations on the win. Seriously? Yeah, no one win. Dude, 11 people. Actually, in the nominations, it was different. In the nominations, it said the Squid Kraken cannot win this category, and 11 people voted for the Kraken. Ethan, I have a bone to pick with you. What happened to a video about a month's progress? Stay tuned. I said I'm going to make some changes at the beginning of next year. That is the key, the heart of those changes. That video is still coming, I promise. Yeah, Lovely Legacy, Flipper with Flair, Mystic, Outstanding Value, Orion. Where were we? Exceptional Editor. This one was surprising. This one was very surprising. Brandon crushed this category. Like buried it in the dirt, crushed this category. Oh my goodness. So I will take fault in saying that Exceptional Editor was named wrong. It should have been Exceptional Edit still. The problem was last year people said, I don't know any edits. And that was the most voted or nominated thing in the whole category. But ultimately, I left Brandon in there because he does make edits. He makes B-roll and music, and he posts it on Instagram, and he genuinely does like do the sort of things that we're trying to honor with this award. So he did get left in. He did win. He crushed it. But I think I do need to make it clearer what the point of the category is. It's for the people like, you know, Balisong Nerd, who does like these Balisong short films, or Pyro, who does like these really trippy like stuff like that. And again, ultimately Brandon does still do that, and Brandon absolutely deserves that award. I just think the signaling for the category just needs to be better, and I will make that better next year. Someone makes flipping edit should have won rather than someone who makes Balisong videos. So I agree with you, but Brandon does make flipping edits. I didn't mean to type that in. The ultimate thing is, Brandon does make edits. They post their Balisong, you know, they post their B-roll segments on Instagram. Like these, they're not traditional edits, but they are still edits. So I do think, after thinking about it for a while, I do genuinely think that that Brandon does deserve a spot in that category. So absolutely deserved. This was another one I was kind of terrified for. I thought people were going to hang me on a stake for this one, because like he doesn't make what people typically consider flipping edits, and I know that because I even thought the same thing at one point. And it would be really cool to give it to Nerd or Pyro, but Brandon won. He won heftily. Congratulations. I think I put it the best during the stream. The best way to capstone a year where Brandon started splitting himself off from just being the side character on Will Hirsch is to give him an award on his own without Will involved for editing. Thanks for putting this together every year. Something to look forward to every time. Absolutely. Absolutely, Mystic. And congratulations again. I don't know if I showed you. Flipper with Flair, 34%. Congratulations again. It's awesome. Awesome to see what you're doing. And thanks for stopping by. Superb Sounds. The Zyzix was winning, man. It was another case of the Zyzix was winning, and I was excited because the Zyzix sounds amazing. The Seraph sounds amazing too. The Seraph definitely deserves that win. I haven't done who I'd vote for. Sorry. I'd vote for Mystic. I would vote for Outstanding Value. I would have voted for the Superfly. Exceptional Editor. I would have voted for Balisong Nerd, but it's close between Brandon and Max. And then Superb Sounds. I wanted to give it to the Zyzix just to have something different than last year. But yeah. How do you feel about reactivate sound? Oh my gosh, you actually just mentally flashbanged me with Transformers. I'm trying to filter out stuff that's off topic, but you just got through every single one of my defenses. Oh my goodness. It's fine. I haven't touched it. I haven't seen anything about it, but it looks cool, I guess. Superb Sounds, Seraph definitely deserved. I would have voted for the Zyzix, and the Zyzix was winning for most of the voting, but the Seraph ultimately brought it back to take it. Rising Star, Ghost, and dude, Ghost just passed me in subscriber count. So like, the Balisong community really knows their stuff apparently, because they gave Rising Star to a guy who would rise bigger than me in less than a month. So good job. You guys are prophets. You are savants. You are the best at what you do. This is the most just like, the voting was over before he shot up. I don't know, man, but he shot up. I would definitely call him a rising star. Absolutely. And I think he deserved it long before, you know, he hit 16,000 subscribers. But dude, congratulations. Yeah, this isn't something I want to discuss in this stream because that's not what this is about, but his growth is primarily driven by streaming on YouTube Shorts, which is really interesting. His YouTube Shorts videos or streams have been getting a shit ton of views. Unfortunately, it looks like it hasn't translated directly into like actual viewership on some of his videos. Because this was like 1.5K like a week ago, or like a K or something like that. So I am ultimately interested to see how much of that viewership transitions over to his main videos. But dude, you guys predicted it. Rising star indeed. I also wonder how that's going to change, because he's blown up. He's supposed to be going on like on mission or something like that. So I wonder if that's going to change his plans, if he's going to stick to what he's doing and try and keep riding the wave. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see where 2024 takes Ghost, though. Next up, we've got Best Beginner Balisong. This was only 3 because no one voted for any other company, and this was a really close race between the Canyon and the Orion, with the Orion ultimately taking it. I would vote for Ghost here, by the way. And I would have voted for the Canyon simply because beginners don't want to pay $80 for a Balisong. I think the Balisong, like $80, the Orion is an amazing Balisong. I just don't know if it's right for beginners because of the price. Ultimately, though, it does flip the best. If you buy an Orion as your first Balisong, you are set. You're not missing out on anything. You're not losing anything. You don't have to upgrade for a really long time. So I can understand why it would win for sure. Cool thing about Ghost streams is he's exposing so many new people to the hobby. Yes, that is a point that Brandon brought up to me, which is good. It's good to see a Balisong creator getting so many views and getting so many people exposed to the hobby. It's awesome. Bradley Kimura and the Shankle. I don't even know what the Shankle song is. Deserve a spot once there's enough options to vote for. Oh, we'll get through the legacy Ballies. We will get there. And I mean, eventually Lovely Legacy will need to be retired, because eventually we'll give a spot to every single old Balisong, but it's fun to see. Now, this is the one that I think most of you are here for. Creator of the Year. Yes, I did genuinely win it. It was by 36 votes. I would have still voted for Brandon and Will. I think Brandon and Will deserve it far more than I do for my really low effort head-mounted content. But I genuinely appreciate it. I genuinely appreciate it. I've struggled a lot the past few years wondering if I should include myself, because I have been one of the top nominations every year. I ultimately do. And I would like to say that I no longer will. I've won Creator of the Year, so I will no longer allow myself to be in the contention for it. Next year, I won't put myself in it. I'm not trying to win multiple years. I got my 1 year. I'm extremely grateful for that. What I should have done is I should have shouted out Ty. I got too caught up in kind of like not making too big of a deal on it. But I should have thanked Ty during the stream. It was the one thing that I told myself I would do, but I didn't do during the stream. I want to thank Ty, genuinely, and I want to thank all you guys for watching me. Blade bias is going to change quite a bit in the new year, but it's pretty cool to have the award, and I will not allow myself to be nominated in future years. Don't worry. Brandon works so freaking hard in the videos. He cares so much and puts so much into them. That's another reason I'm really happy Brandon won Best Editor, because I feel really bad taking it over Brandon and Will, taking the Creator of the Year, when I've spent just an infinitely less amount of time on my videos than he has. So I'm glad Brandon still got an award specifically. But next year we'll probably go right back to seeing Will and Brandon taking it. They ultimately have my vote. They ultimately work so hard, keep this hobby afloat in so many different ways. But I am very honored that you guys decided to vote for me. Genuinely. And Flipper of the Year, Banks crushed it. I meant every word that I said during the awards. Banks going from rising star to winning West Coast Flipping Championship to getting sponsored by Squid to now winning Flipper of the Year all in 1 year. 2024 is the year of Banks, and I am so proud of it. I'm so of it. Did I just say it? I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud of Banks. I love that guy. He flips so much. Oh my gosh, he flips so much, and he puts so much work into the hobby, and he genuinely loves it. I don't think I know any other flipper who is as passionate, like genuinely enthusiastically passionate as Banks. It's awesome. If you're removing yourself for winning, then are they being removed from winning again? No. So Ted, I'm not removing myself because I won. I'm removing myself because I won one. That's all I want. That's all, or not even all I want. That's all I need. And I don't want people to think that I'm like continuing to... People already think this is rigged. Let's be real. There are people out there who are going to say this was rigged. You caused this to happen, blah, blah, blah. I just don't want to deal with that in future years. So I'm just not going to allow myself to be nominated in future. Simply because I am the host of the show. That's it. Hey, have a good day at work tomorrow, Shattered. Thank you so much. Congratulations on the nomination. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Have a good sleep. Sleep well. And finally, dude, y'all, I saw people getting pissed about Bali of the Year. I saw people saying that the Totori did not deserve Bali of the Year, which is crazy. Sorry about that. Which is kind of crazy, honestly. It's a little crazy to see that people think Machinewise doesn't deserve it. 2 votes. 150 for the TI Wraith, 152 for the Machinewise Totori. So when I kept saying on Instagram, hey, make sure you vote, you could be the difference between a category literally like changing winners. Yeah, I was right. 2 votes. 2 people changed the outcome of Bali of the Year. This is the closest Bali of the Year has ever been. Usually it's a very clear winner. 2 votes. 152 to 150. Saw so many people complaining. I think Bali of the Year has the most complainers because only 21% of voters actually voted for the winner. Whereas normally in like a normal category, 40% of people voted for the winner. So there's less people who didn't vote for the winner to complain. Now with Bali of the Year, there's more people who didn't vote for that who are complaining. I think the Totori absolutely deserves it. I think it's awesome that Machinewise managed to keep winning Bali of the Year despite the fact that they had such a rocky launch of their new product line. I think it's awesome that they're still winning awards, that the community is still honoring them for that. And I think it is equally as awesome that the TI Wraith was so close. It would have been really cool to present, as proud as I am for Machinewise, like, it would have been really cool to present EPS with a Bali of the Year award, especially considering how, like, in the background they've been for the past few years, or at least that I feel they've been for the past few years. Really mainly getting a spotlight this year when Will started talking about how much he loves the Wraith. But 2 votes. All those people complaining should have just gotten more people to vote, and it would have changed. But yeah, So those are the results. 750. Most people, well, here's the other thing. 34 people didn't even vote for Balisong of the Year. So, I don't know, man. You guys can be mad about Balisong of the Year all you want, but when you see people who don't even vote for the category, it's like, I'm just, it's falling on deaf ears. Honestly, amazed Squid Titanium Kraken didn't take it. Me too, honestly. I thought people would just see the Kraken and vote it for the meme, but it didn't even. Oh no, it did get third. But like, look at how close this was. 97, 94, 94, 89. We had a two-way tie for third place or for fourth place. Why do you think people didn't vote? Genuinely, I think it's just because people take a look at this. Like, people in chat are doing it. They say, hey, I've never flipped any of these. I'm not going to vote. Those are the people who, I almost think in a way, the people who didn't vote are the people who like want to keep the sanctity of the Bali Awards alive. And they're like, I have to flip things that I'm going to vote for, when it really doesn't matter. I guarantee you 50% of the people who voted in this category have never even touched half of these knives. So like, I understand where they're coming from, because I would be the same way. I wouldn't vote for something that I've never touched, but you just gotta vote for what you think is the most impactful. If you've never flipped it, if you've never like tried it, then you just gotta vote for what you think made the biggest impact. Because you don't have to touch a Balisong to know that it made a big impact. Buddy Boo, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate it. Also, someone subscribed during the Bali Awards. Simple Flips. Appreciate it. I didn't call it out during the show for what I hope are obvious reasons, but yeah, the people who get mad about the Bali Awards, I'm just going to show them this. I'm just going to hold this up. I think the tutorial, so as I said in my video, I think my Balisong of the Year would be the Barracuda V2. I don't know why, it just out of this list, it's my favorite thing. But the TI Wraith, it would have been really cool to see that win. But ultimately, the success story of Machinewise continuing to maintain their crown despite all the challenges they went through, I think is really inspiring. I think speaks to how good their work is. And yeah, maybe people think the Totori isn't the greatest Balisong, but it obviously had the greatest impact on people. Why, of all the things I could have picked up that are next to me, why did I pick up the Akuma? That versus was trolling in chat so hard during the live stream. I don't know what you were saying like that. OG Barfly, that's a good one, Kanto. Oh, that's one Den Den mentioned. Oh yeah, I could look at chat because I was when the Bali Awards were going on, and like people were presenting, I was just sitting on the ground, like just staring at chat. It's sad that you could tell who was in VC, because I could look at someone, see the message they just typed, and say, "Yep, those guys are in the VC." And I'm honestly, some of those people were the guys who were spreading hate about some of the presenters. Like, I saw a lot of fucking hate for Artsy, which was really pathetically sad, and I saw it from people who were in that VC. So I'm just, it really. Seeing that, Artsy was when the flip switched. Voice chat, Discord, Adam. The Artsy presentation was when the switch flipped for me. It kind of killed a lot of my excitement for, like, the Bali Award. Like, seeing people just unable to put aside their fucking ego for 5 seconds because, oh, Artsy, I don't like Artsy because she doesn't do this or do that, and she's a woman. It's sad. There always has to be something that reminds me that this community just is kind of shit sometimes, and I don't like it. And this is a very vocal minority. I do want to be clear, but I did see it, and it was incredibly sad. But I saw it for a few. It was significantly less with other people, but like, you know, people during Rob's segment were like, "This is stupid. This sucks." It's like, okay, I mean, I get it, dude. You're edgy and you don't like someone having fun making a video, but I'm sure the VC was just filled with the VC was in my server, which is disappointing. It's people in my server just trolling for the fun of it. It's disappointing. I don't know, man. I don't know what you want me to say. It's sad. It's the reality. It's the reality of the hobby. And the other reality is that 99.9% of people in that chat were amazing. There were people hyping up the winners. There were people, even people who were like, hey, I don't think that deserved a 1, but congratulations. Like, you know, stuff like that. It was great to see. It's just very difficult. And yeah, there was a lot of Frank P bullshit, but it's very difficult to, even during the Bali Awards of all places, where I should be on cloud 9 because this project that I spent months on is finally coming to fruition. It's just very difficult to not focus on those few people. Would you ever consider a flipper Hall of Fame similar to Lovely Legacy? Just flippers who make huge impacts but are retired and inactive. If we were to run it the way that we're planning on running Lovely Legacy next year, probably. That would be a pretty cool thing. I would just have to, I need better connections with people who know histories of flippers. Because I have connections with people who know histories of Balisongs. You know, you got Den, Pyro, people who are like OG people who know a lot about the history, who have flipped all these Balisongs, have seen all of this stuff, you know, actually take place. I'm vastly less knowledgeable about flippers. I know there are people, you know, Sir Horsechoker, someone just brought up. So I would be, in fact, I will write that down. Do I have feedback? I have a feedback document here. Feedback 2024 awards. We have to change Lovely Legacy to be pre-picked nominations. We have to look into Lovely Legacy, but for flippers. Great. I can't promise that, but I will do my best to look into it. Bally Jesus is knowledgeable about stuff like that? Okay. Even Lucas took time to record a video for Bali Awards. Dude, this is so embarrassing. So Lucas, I overbooked the Bali Awards. Lucas almost didn't even make it because he was the last one to respond. Holy shit. I'm so dumb. So there's 21 categories, including Balisong of the Year. I forgot that I don't let people present Balisong of the Year. I do something like I figure out myself. I invited 21 people to the Bali Awards, and Lucas was the last one to respond. So I had to kick Farbos out. I had to message Farbos and be like, hey, would you be okay if I gave your spot to someone else? Would that be okay? And he was super gracious. He was super nice about it, which is great. But I felt so bad because I invited 21 people and there were only 20 spots. So Lucas, how do you... I have to be honest. I was heavily considering just telling Lucas, hey, the slot's filled up. Sorry, man, we'll get you in next year. I was genuinely considering it. And then I thought, oh man, we can't have a Bali Awards without Lucas showing up. People will be like, where's Lucas? And also for people who are looking for Machinewise, Penchetta filled in for them. That's the behind the scenes there. If you're wondering why Penchetta was kind of a random pick, Machinewise was unable to do their video in time, so they sent it over to Penchetta and they swapped there. Caught up on the stream now. I'm naturally bummed we didn't get Creator of the Year, especially with the ludicrous amount of personally put in work making these videos. While I am naturally bummed we didn't get Creator of the Year, I'm so glad you got some recognition for what you do, Ethan. Thank you, Brandon. Congratulations on exceptional editor. Hey, is that some consolation for how much work you put into the channel? Because I think that's pretty cool. But I do genuinely feel bad that I won over you guys. Like, oh, my stupid head-mounted videos won over the people who put the most work into YouTube videos out of anyone in the hobby, period. So yeah, I will not be nominated next year. Don't worry. Category for super niche or unknown. So this is the Oil Award is just ambient music. Yeah, so that was a reference to the movie that Barkhandle was doing a reference for. It made it a little difficult to watch the video, but I wanted to keep it because I wanted to keep his original vibe. So, I was just reading another one. Oh yeah, super niche unknown valleys. So this comes up all the time. The problem with having a community voted niche Balisong thing is that if something is niche or underrated, then people won't vote for it and it won't get nominated. Like, you can't, since nominations are inherently already a popularity contest, you can't, it's tough to explain. Because nominations are a popularity contest, it's difficult to have an underrated or underappreciated thing win that. And then the problem, it goes back to why don't I pick the nominees myself? Because I can have a blind spot, or someone else can have a blind spot. The closest thing that I could get is like a committee of people. But then how do you pick that committee of people? How do you vet that? I feel like it just wouldn't work. It's similar to like the community member award that we wanted to do. I just don't think there's a good way to get it to work. But listen, I'll write it down. I'll look into it. I just can't guarantee anything. What's the white bread debate about? We never did a podcast about the breadening. Oh man, this year was an objective failure for me. There's so many videos in the backlog that I had to do that I didn't do. I can't believe you guys voted me Creator of the Year. I'd be happy about winning Exceptional Editor if I didn't have multiple people I'm close with legitimately pissed at me for winning. This is what I was talking about, guys. Oh, this is what I was talking about. Why can't we just put it aside for like 5 seconds, people? Just one night. One night. Can we just put it aside and just be happy for fucking people? It's a lot different when it's like a product that wins, but damn, people going after the winners of the actual like awards that are received by people is insane. Especially since, if I'm guessing correctly, I probably know some of the people who are mad at you and they were probably nominated themselves. I shouldn't have been in VC, making me actually disappointed in the community. Yeah. Dude, the Bali Awards is supposed to be like my return to seeing the good in this community. And if the negativity is getting to me tonight of all nights, I think it's a clear sign that it's just the negative. Oh my gosh. I don't care. Like, this is the sort of thing. It's like, personally, you can come at me all you want for winning Creator of the Year. I'm going to take it on the chin. You can be mad at me all you want. I think it's funny that you guys voted for me and now you're going to get mad that I won. Don't go after other people. Other people don't have thick skin, or might not have thick skin. Do it to me all you want. I don't care. I love when people come at me. People have come at me for all sorts of different things. I think it's funny as hell. Don't go after other people. It's pathetic. Anyway, let's not let this get us down. Let's not let this get us down. Will that podcast that was recorded a long time ago ever come out? Yes, I just need to get off my ass. And now that the Bali Awards is over, I can get off my ass and actually start doing those things. So anything that I promised in the last few months, the Bali Awards, like maybe the edit for the Bali Awards, the old podcast, all of that was on the back burner because the Bali Awards took up all of my spare time. Well, not all of it. I was still on break. I was still trying to enjoy break by playing games with friends and stuff like that. It took up all of my YouTube focus time. So I didn't want to say this interrupt. I appreciate your call out during the acquisition vid on the Corvus. I have been meaning, I'm sorry, Cream. I've been meaning to get back to you on Instagram all day. I have not been able to. Of course, dude, you do such cool stuff with fans and you personally inspire. Dude, every time I flip a Balisong that fans well, unironically, I'm genuinely not just saying this because you're here. I think, what would Cream Soda think about this Balisong? Yeah, I get being disappointed by not winning, hating on the winners is bullshit. I also understand if you don't agree. It's okay to not agree. It's okay to say, hey, yo, I don't think the Kraken is the best mid-range Balisong. Dude, I agree with you. But I'm not going to say that the Kraken shit and didn't deserve it. It is so easy. So easy. To freaking just like put it aside and just be happy that the Kraken won and admit that, hey, even though I don't agree with it, it still deserved it. Feel like the value awards was pretty sad. Okay, explain. You have to explain this one to me, Yo-Yo Bunny. How does a $75 7075 Balisong, aluminum Balisong, 7075 aluminum Balisong, not, how are you sad that that won? I don't understand. People genuinely forget that the Orion was unheard of 2 years ago. Getting something for the Orion sits in a price point that used to be plastic. That used to be washer Balisongs and shit on Amazon and clones and all of this stuff. But we have a first party, always available Balisong, both live blade and trainer for less than $80, which comes out semi-frequently, is made by a reputable company, and is really amazing. I think people are genuinely taking that for granted now. Because yes, Superfly, fantastic value. I agree with you. The Superfly should have won. But never would I deny that the Orion deserved that award. I meant the... Oh, you feel like the Bali Awards was pretty sad. I see. My apologies. But still, that's a point I want to make because people were very disappointed in that the Superfly didn't win. The Bali Awards were sad. People are sad about the... Dude. People are sad about the Bali Awards. I just won't do them. Dude, if this... I'm going to say this and then I'm going to take a bathroom break because I genuinely just want to reset the vibes. If this becomes a thing where people get genuinely pissy about the results, attack the people that won, attack the people that presented, then what am I spending tens upon tens of hours doing? What's the point? I'll just stop doing it. I don't understand. I don't get it. And yes, I am more upset because I spent so much time on this. And yes, it's a very small amount of people, but still. If this is going to be the takeaway that people are hating on winners, people don't agree, people are throwing insults back and forth, hating on presenters, what are we doing this for? There were hundreds, and I shouldn't say hundreds, there were tens and tens of man hours put into the Bali Awards, and then it would make my life so much easier to just not do it. Mental reset. This is not how the rest of the stream is going to be, I promise. I just really need to go to the bathroom. Ooh, ghost chair, bruh. Um. Oh yeah, a question that someone asked earlier that I didn't answer. Why don't you have a Bali Award for like the worst Balisong? I shouldn't be putting these back in. It's because that's not what the Bali Awards are about. The Bali Awards are about celebration, bringing the community together, you know, honoring people who make the community amazing. It's not a time to kick people into the dirt. Like, it would have been really funny to like throw a shot at the Necron during the awards with like a video or something like that, but it's just genuinely not what it's about. Yes, thank you, Arnold. Thank you. I think you're focusing on the wrong things. Look at it this way. You've created something so important that people get upset over their favorite whatever losing. It's pretty cool. No, I agree with you. Yeah, for sure. Like, I'm not actually going to stop the Bali Awards because 0.5% of people want to make it a bad thing. I'm continually disappointed in the community for not being able to just put aside their ego for 5 seconds and just say, hey, that thing deserved it. I don't agree with it. You know, I'm kind of upset that the Superfly didn't win, but like, you know, congratulations anyway. A sore loser. Or just be not a sore loser. Anyway. I did with the UFO. Yeah, but that's lighthearted. That's not like actually genuinely taking the piss out of someone by saying this company made the worst Balisong of the year. It's not in the spirit. So we don't do that. And I don't say that to like call you out, or I think that's a genuinely okay question. A lot of people ask me that. In fact, besides underrated Balisong, the most requests I get for a new category is worst or like most disappointing Balisong, but it's just not what we're about. What about the spider knife? Now the spider knife is different. The spider knife is like a faceless company that I think everyone can agree is a bad Balisong. That would be more of like a joke though. Like we're not stomping on someone's genuine attempt to make a Balisong like the Necron. The Necron is at its core, whether you believe them or not, a genuine attempt to make a better Balisong. The spider knife is not that. A goofiest Balisong, weirdest take on a Balisong. That could be interesting. It would almost fit into like, I've had this idea for a while to do like favorite non-Balisong hobby or something like that, but you kind of lose the identity of like community focused. I mean, if you did more of like a weirdest take on a Balisong, that could be pretty cool. You know, like you said, the fun chucks or the UFO, etc. But I feel like that becomes a bit difficult to judge because you have to strike a balance between categories that people actually care about and categories that you can actually fill. I don't know. Could we fill 4 Balisongs of like goofiest Balisong? UFO fun chucks, thumb chucks, I wouldn't say is a take on a Balisong. I guess the cheese, the cheese is a legitimate Balisong though. I'd be a little upset to give the cheese like the weirdest take on a Balisong award because it's a genuinely good flipper. Am I a cuber? No, I can't put down, I can't learn enough to genuinely become a cuber, unfortunately. Unfortunately. What's the Bally of the year? Just have to go back and watch, won't you? No, it's Litatori. Even the people who hated the Necron didn't want to touch it, especially during Blade Show Atlanta. Once they flipped mine, they did a 180. I mean, yes, a lot of people did. I can't say I still really don't like the Necron, but again, to say it's the worst Balisong of the year would just be too mean-spirited, even though it's probably true. Hope nobody ever gets personal DMs saying they didn't deserve to win. Ted, this isn't even me being negative. This is me being realistic with our hobby. It happens once every year, I guarantee it. I guarantee it happens once every year. For sure. But yeah, it was a great show. Oh, I didn't show you guys this. Here are our statistics for the stream, in case you wanted to see it. 700 people tuned in over the course of the stream. We peaked at 204 people in chat at one time. Total watch time, 300 hours. 300 hours of the world's time were wasted watching my stupid little project. No, I'm actually genuinely proud of the Bali Awards every year. We had a chat rate of 13. I don't know what is 13. I think it might be average per minute, because like chat rate would get kind of low during some of the videos, but then it would go up when I came back on stream. I don't know what chat rate is. Average person watched 26 minutes and overall duration was an hour 40. So that means about 150 people watched the whole stream all the way through, essentially, is what to say. So that's cool. I also didn't make a new thumbnail for this stream or the Bali Awards. Hopefully you didn't notice, but, well, hopefully you didn't care. I'm sure you noticed. Best sub $200 live blade? Definitely the Orion, probably. Definitely, probably. Good job, Ethan. I would say it's the Orion. Some people would say it's the Sirius. I'd give it to the Orion. When you went to the restroom, there was smoke under your mic. I guarantee you, I appreciate that, but I guarantee you it was just like the green screen messing up. There is nothing that would even be remotely close to smoking in my room. Did crush this year. It went so smoothly. You did an awesome job hosting. Thank you. For some reason, I feel like I did a worse job than the last few years hosting, but I guess I kind of always feel like that. It's always such a pleasure to get everyone together, to put on the show, to edit it together. I am done. I don't want to touch an editing software for the next week, but I also kind of don't want to touch Balisongs for the next week. I kind of just want to genuinely take like a break after the Bali Awards, because it's just so much all at once at the end of the year when I'm supposed to be relaxing, enjoying Christmas, which the Bali Awards did not interfere with my ability to do that by any means, but I'm always so happy to bring it to you guys. It's so cool knowing that I have brought the community together like that. Even if you say that's, oh, you're overblowing, you're rolling it. 200 people and one night sitting around figuring out what our favorite Balisongs of the year are. I love it. I genuinely love it. Is it worth going for a live if you already have a trainer? It's a little tougher. I mean, if you're just looking for an EDC live blade, get the Orion. It's cheap. It's good. If you're looking for a genuinely different flipping experience, then yeah, get the Sirius. But yeah, truth be told, guys, I don't have to be back to work for another few days. And I drove all the way out to my apartment to put all this on. So I'm kind of considering, do I want to just end now and drive back home, or am I staying here? I don't know. Thoughts on the LDY comp? I have no thoughts. I have paid almost zero attention to it. I apologize. When I say that the Bali Awards have taken up all of my Balisong related free time, they have taken up all of my Balisong related free time. The only other thing that I have done, I haven't even flipped. Genuinely, have not even stopped to flip besides like 5 minutes on my Seraph. Was recording the Blade Bias video announcing the Bali Awards yesterday. So I haven't seen a lot of the highest. I've seen Pyros. I haven't even seen Max's yet. I still need to watch Trinity. I'm so sorry, Max. I want to watch it, but I just haven't had the time. So I'll probably go through maybe over the next, maybe not, because I do genuinely just want to be done with Balisongs for at least a week. I'm good. But yeah, I will probably look back through them at some point, and I'll let you know what I thought. You killed this year's award. Dude, thanks, Dendan. You killed your portion of this year's awards, as usual. I genuinely meant what I said during the award show. You talking to camera is at most points more entertaining than someone who does a bunch of crazy gags and jokes with editing. Especially your video, you did a video on the Balisong replicas, whatever you want to call them, like the clone video that you did a few weeks ago. I listened to that while I was shoveling my car out of being buried in a snowbank, and it was just the most enjoyable car brushing session I've ever had, because man, do I love listening to you. Waiting for a serious trainer, got impatient and ordered the limited Kraken 2 days ago. Oh, and they just revealed a trainer today. Dude, you're not missing out, though. Looking back on it, $260 for a Balisong I already own is too much, but I was considering buying a Kraken trainer. Those Sapphire Kraken trainers look fire. Oh my gosh, they look so good. Holy hell, they look so good. Love you too, Den. You're the best. Probably be doing a stream in the next week or so going over the awards and recapping 2024. Dude, I said I'm done with Balisongs for a little bit. I will be there for sure. Just give me a little bit of a heads up. I will definitely be there if I can. But Brandon, we also have to recap 2024 for the... Now that I'm done with the awards, I'm going to get that podcast out, you know, mid-January. Because again, I am taking a break. So I guess consider this my official announcement. No Blade Bias, no live streams, nothing until at least the second week of January. Not doing anything. I'm taking a break. I'm going to enjoy the last few days of my break before I have to go to work. And then I'm going to enjoy just being, you know, I'm going to be on my own for a little bit because people are home for the holidays and stuff. So I'm going to just enjoy it. And right here, I wonder if spend the New Year's with my family. Yeah, I absolutely will. And it was great. Someone asked earlier, did the Bali Awards, like, was it your best mental this year? Yes, because I was able to do all the work after my family went to bed. And it did mean that I stayed up later than I should have most times. But like every night, I got almost every night. I got to play games with friends, hang out with family. I got to enjoy the holidays. It was great. It was great. Did my video immediately got sick after? Been sick since. I'm going to be sick tomorrow, I think. I have been fighting off. I've been on the... If getting sick was a cliff, I have been doing like the NPC wobbling on the edge if you walk too close in a video game. I've been doing that animation for like 4 days now, and I think tomorrow is the time that I succumb to it. Especially after how much I've used my voice today, so... Oh boy. Sleep up, rest up. Feel better soon, Ted. Appreciate you. Thank you again. Genuinely, Ted, amazing video. You did really, really well for that being like one of your first time doing that. It was awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to work sick. That's gonna suck. But yeah, Brandon, podcast to recap 2024, maybe. Appreciate it. Appreciate you, Ghost. Sorry, I'm getting frazzled at this point. We're not ending yet. What I am gonna do, I wonder if Mina's still here to... I got myself a little Christmas... I don't deserve a Christmas gift, but I got myself like a... Congratulations, you completed the Bali Awards gift. So I'm gonna have fun messing with it. I might wait until the new year to open it, just because it is so close to Christmas. And if you saw my Balisong of the Year presentation, I got a lot of Transformers this year. So I don't really need any more currently. I might wait a few days to open it. But you're such a child. Proudly. I could not care less if you meant that as a joke or if you meant it completely seriously, because either way, cope, dude. I love Transformers. In your newest video, did you get a scaled and icy vinyl? Yes, I did. I got a scaled and icy vinyl, and I finally got a record player to play it on. I'm so excited. I am so excited. Oh yeah, okay. Genuinely, here's a behind the scenes thing. Sorry for the Bali of the Year presentation this year, guys. It's probably my one disappointment of the show. That I just couldn't get anything else done for it. It just wouldn't have been in the cards. It wouldn't have been possible. So sorry, genuinely sorry for yapping your ear off for 6 minutes straight, just talking about the different nominees. I hope you enjoyed it, and you do get a look at my degenerate amount of Transformers that I have now. So for Christmas, my sister got me these two, my parents got me these two, and then this my parents technically also got me. And then over here I already had these guys, but still. What's the thing about Sam's dad? So I can't explain too much. I'm bound by contract to not explain this, but it is very much so a you had to be there kind of inside joke from Blade Show. Sam's dad is perfectly fine. Sam did not have any personal tragedy. His dad is alive. Everything is fine. It was just like a really, really, really fucking funny, like you had to be there kind of thing from Blade Show. I did feel kind of bad making that joke because I'm like, there's going to be so many people who don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But Sam sent a video in my Discord of him just dying laughing after I said the tragedy. Are you covering the Create with Nabali's Balisong? So I don't know. I will probably end up purchasing one of them if Nabali's doesn't send any to me. I don't think Nabali's is sending any to me. They haven't told me that they're doing anything like that. But also sometimes makers will just send me stuff without telling me. LDY does that a lot. So I'm going to give it a few weeks after they ship, and then we'll see. I'll probably purchase at least one of them. I'll probably purchase a Reverie, honestly. I was most excited about the Overlord, but man, looking at the Reverie more, it's a freaking banger Balisong. But yeah, I as I was saying, sorry that the Bali of the Year presentation, I would have loved to do something like last year where we got multiple people to present it together, but considering how little time I already gave the presenters, they had like a week and a half to do their videos. So yeah, Dasuko did all of that in a week and a half. I just couldn't get it in time. And I genuinely believe there is something to kind of giving people a more lengthy explanation. As some people said in the Bali Awards chat, you can call it glazing them all you want, but giving them a more in-depth kind of description, introduction, etc., kind of setting up their story. You know, Machinewise did all this year. EPS is kind of newer to the scene. Nabali's redefined what we see as a budget Balisong. Barfly is like incredible at taking community feedback. I wanted to highlight what made each company special this year. Have you flipped the TI Kraken? I have. It's mid as hell in my opinion. I do not like the TI Kraken. It's not that I hate it. I just think it's kind of there. Thank you, Brandon. Ethan, I just want to say I'm incredibly proud of not only the show this year, but everything you've been doing over the past few years. Good job, brother. Keep doing what you do. Dude, Ty, I love you, man. I'm proud of you, too. You do such cool stuff, too. I wish we could see more of the stuff that you're capable of doing. But I do understand, you know, life happens. Ty, since you're here, I also want to personally apologize for not thanking you for during the winning of the Creator of the Year. I totally meant to shout you out during that. I just got so caught up in like the, hey, everyone's gonna say it's rigged, let's just sweep this under the rug mentality that I didn't do that. So if I do an edit for the Bali Awards, which I like 50-50 probably will, I will add a shout out to you because you helped build that channel to what it is. That channel would not have won a single award if it weren't for you. And I'm sorry that I didn't call that out, but yeah, other than that, I'm happy. Also, sorry you didn't have a presentation. As I said earlier, I already overbooked it, and I didn't even invite you to begin with, so... In case you missed that story, Lucas originally... I had to switch Farbos out for Lucas, which I felt so bad about, but I invited 21 people, and there were only 20 slots. So sorry, Ty. Yeah. We'll maybe hear from you. Dude, I don't even know. There's so many people to invite for the Bali Awards nowadays. I don't know what the criteria is. Like, should I do it based on who chat gets excited for? Should I do it based on who does the best job on the videos? Like Dasuko. Obviously, Dasuko's gonna get invited back next year. But Ty, you made a banger video last year, and I didn't invite you back. I don't know, man. It's crazy. Yeah, and Sam, thank you for putting in as much effort as you did to your video, doing your little bit of editing. I tried to give it a little spice up with, you know, you raising the question mark up. I couldn't do too much because of time constraints, but I had fun doing that one little thing. Thank you to everyone who made a freaking presentation. The Bali Awards would be nothing without the presenters, genuinely. Even though some parts of it is dumb as a stump. I can call out the Balisong community for being stupid all I want. Reality is, I've been here almost 4 years now, and I don't intend on leaving anytime soon. I think you should just go with you feel would be best with the vibe. So, genuine answer to that. I try to do a mix of people who do the hypest videos and the people that the people want to see. So like last year we had Dubmo. People were really excited to see Dubmo. So this year I got someone like Pez, you know, someone the people who follow that guy are going to be super excited to see him in the Bali Awards. And then it's also going to expose him to the wider audience that maybe it will bring. And then you got people like Buffness, who of course had to be there, and Ghost, who had to be there, and Banks. I had to include Banks on that one. Lucas, Machinewise, if they could have done something. And then, you know, Sam, Brandon, you know, like the classic. Sam, Brandon, Will, Dasuko. Dude, Dasuko. I could hug that motherfucker. How do you come up with that? How do you come up with the idea of going through all of the nominees and emulating the style, not just the style of their videos, but going so far as to edit yourself into their videos, in some cases with glasses and a beard? And last year, bro made a song out of Balisong noises. Dasuko, I promise you this. That is an Insta invite every single time. There are a few people who are Insta invites. I'm not going to tell you all who they are because I don't want to be super unfair, but I will be a little unfair in saying Dasuko consistently makes my favorite presentations for the Bali Awards. Just unbelievable, out of this world effort for a 2-minute bit. Bravo. Yeah, I almost wish, because in case you guys don't know, Brandon, you weren't there for that. I don't know if Dasuko sent it in our group chat that we're a part of. I created a group chat to check up on people who had not submitted a video yet, and Dasuko posted the link to it in there. So I assumed all the other presenters had already seen that video, but I forgot that not every presenter was in there because some people turned in their videos early. And I almost kind of wish he didn't, because I think the surprise would have been so much cooler. But totally share that away. That was awesome. Dude, seeing just my brain short-circuited when he started flipping over my floor, but it was his arms and their Balisong. It was awesome. Waited to watch it live based. I wish I could. There are some times, I think last year was a great example of that, where I just couldn't stop watching people's presentations just for fun. I think I added on maybe like an hour or two of work for myself because I just kept watching people's videos all the way through. Denden's, Pyro's, Brandon's, Dasuko's, like just so many people that I just watched all the way through because I didn't have to. I was just trying to check for errors, but I just did. Actually working on my own product at the moment, so I'm kind of dreaming about being nominated one day. Hey, dude, best of luck to you. So cool how you bring so much appreciation for the makers. Dude, you know what's even cooler is how much the makers do for us as a hobby, even though financially it's probably one of the worst decisions that they could make. Same with content creators. We have no reason. Dude, we have no reason to have as many cool makers as we do, but they all continue to do it. And that's awesome. I had only seen the screenshot Dasuko shared in the cringecore chat. Dude. Oh my gosh. Every year I could hug that motherfucker every year. It also just kind of it's so difficult with presenters because now it's like, dude, next year I have no idea what I'm gonna do. I don't know who I'm gonna invite. I'm gonna have to cut some people, but who am I gonna cut? Are you gonna timestamp the original stream? If I don't make an edit, I will timestamp the original stream, but I would expect, given how I'm gonna be changing up content in the new year, there would probably be an edit of the Bali Awards. Then again, I said that last year and I never made one, so I don't know, 50-50. How come the bleh wasn't nominated? The CHENO, what could you even be trying to say there? The Shino? The Shino? The Shino. The Shino wasn't nominated. I mean, not enough people nominated it. I do think the Shino deserved maybe a spot in most innovative, but then Remshi couldn't have presented the award. There's another behind the scenes thing. We try not to let people present awards that they themselves are nominated for. What was percentages for edit category? Pyro, you wanting to know that answered a question for me. So I'm just going to say I'm really disappointed. But here you go. What do you think was the biggest snub and robbery this year? I wouldn't call it a robbery, but snub. Probably the Prisma Pro winning over the what? My brain's shutting down. Sorry, chat. What was Legacy? The Prisma Pro winning over the Replicant. I really wanted the Replicant to win. What question did it answer? It's fine, dude. But yeah, edit was Brandon swept that shit. You guys can be mad all you want. Brandon did not even have a chance of losing. Balisongs are not profitable, chat. I've had this conversation with a few makers at this point. I think Tay was the one who I initially talked about. Balisongs are just so freaking difficult to make. There's so much manual work that cannot be automated in any way, shape, or form that goes into making a Balisong. So their profit go extremely down. I mean, just to make a single bushing Balisong, you have to have someone who's relatively knowledgeable in assembling and tuning bushings, which is not something that a machine can do. So like the profit margins on Balisongs are very, very low. Because you have raw materials, you have machine time, you have skilled labor that you have to pay. What was your opinion about the plastic awards? Heavily deserved. Plastic, the Frank is amazing. Palette, still my personal favorite plastic Balisong, just because the palette is a far more like unique plastic. It takes advantages of plastic far more than the Frank does. But the Frank is a phenomenal plastic Balisong. Hey guys, Lucas here with the wave. Dude, actually my goat. What do you guys think about wood scales for the knot? Splinter City. Splinter City. Probably get destroyed as well when you drop them on anything, but I don't know. If you make it out of the right wood. 2025, I'm going to really try and change up my Balisong content. Plenty of reviewers now. My reviews are starting to fall off. I want to try new stuff besides reviews for a minute. You and I are going to have a very similar 2025, Dun Dun. And if you want to collaborate on anything, hit me up, because I will definitely hit you up on a few ideas that I have. In fact, yep, I just added you to a list in my head. A good list, don't worry. Dun Dun, I've said it before. I will say it again. You and Dasuko for Content Creator of the Year next year. That's all I want. That's all I want. I want Dasuko and I want Denden for Creator of the Year. Just to be nominated. I'm not like, hey, if you guys win, that's amazing. I just want the nominations. You guys have been getting snubbed every single year from a nomination. That's how fingerboards are made. I mean, yeah, but fingerboards aren't being strapped to a multi-ounce metal object that will be hitting concrete at Mach infinite because it's spinning through the air off of a fouled chaplain. The only way that's viable is to remove previous winners. I disagree. Because the of the year, all the of the year categories are people who did stuff this year. You know, Balisong that released this year, someone who made content this year. I think it would be unfair to deny people the chance to win it multiple years in a row, because Will and Brandon made a huge impact last year, just like they made a huge impact this year. Oh, they didn't win this year. Shit. Will and Brandon made a huge impact last year, just like I apparently made a huge impact this year. So I do think keeping people in the race is a good idea. Yeah, Will and Brandon are just the most popular, hardworking content creators. I don't think it's really fair to say, oh, how do we nerf them, you know? If they want to be dominant, yeah, if they want to be dominant, they're going to be dominant. If they stop uploading, they'll be removed. But, you know, I don't think it would be... It'd be like saying we shouldn't give... Yeah, we shouldn't give Banks Flipper of the Year because he won West Coast Flipping Championship. It's like, yeah, of course he wins Flipper of the Year because he's just... Yeah, he's just built like that. The difference between, you know, Balisong of the Year and content creators is that content creators don't release in a specific year, but, you know, it would be like nominating a baby. Who is our favorite child this year? That's, I should think before I speak. Never expect to be nominated, not just because I'm not only a Balisong creator. I know a lot of people aren't fond of me because I've called the community out on dumb shit multiple times. That's exactly why you should be nominated. That is exactly... No one else has the balls to go on and say what you say in such an eloquent yet blunt manner. No one else feels the need to call out the community on its bullshit because no one seems to think that the community needs to be improved. And that's, I think, exactly what makes you the prime candidate to be nominated for Creator of the Year. Even I... For all of the times that I speak on stream about cleaning up the community, don't really do it in videos because I just don't want to deal with what that is going to turn my comment section into. But you do it unabashedly. multiple types of videos the community could capitalize on that they aren't right now that'll work extremely well in other hobbies. So I keep referencing this. Don't run around saying this because I don't want this to be public information. I don't want this to be like something that people are expecting of me. But my plan in the new year is to bring back the main channel. And not bring back the main channel. Bring back the main channel without doing a single long-term review format video. That is my goal. Am I going to be able to stick to this goal? I have no idea. Am I going to be able to do this for longer than 3 months? I have no idea. But my New Year's resolution for YouTube is bring back the main channel and don't do a single long form style review. Yeah, Farbus, you won everything. That's it. I'm not going to give you any more details because, again, I am the king. Oh, my God. I understand how bad I am at this. I am the king of saying I'm going to do something and then never touching it. So there's a chance none of this even materializes, but that's my goal. I have long been talking about how we need new content in this community. We need to move away from reviews. Not move away from, but like have other things besides reviews. I've been saying it for too long. It's time to actually action on it. Will you still do videos on Blade Bias? Yeah, so Blade Bias isn't going to go away. In this world, Blade Bias would switch to about a once a week upload, or even whenever I get a new Balisong. Significantly draw back Blade Bias and push forward on my main channel. And I know people are going to say like, oh, but there's less subscribers and less viewers. I don't care. I got into this. I got into YouTube because I enjoyed the process. I enjoyed learning. I enjoyed making stuff, and views and comments meant nothing to me. And Blade Bias has completely ruined that for me. Nowadays, I pump out Blade Bias videos just so that it gets views and comments and stuff like that without even really having anything to say. Without really any other thought besides just, I'm going to strap a camera on my head and talk for 10 minutes, which that still has its place. I will still do that. I still enjoy doing that. But doing it bi-daily, not going to happen in the new year. But Blade Bias, consider Blade Bias like it's not going anywhere. Ultimately, Blade Bias is where a majority of my audience is. Blade Bias is the biggest numbers that I have. Blade Bias is so many different things. It's not going away. It will just be considerably scaled back. I want to get back to actually having some sort of pride in a video that I release instead of just pumping stuff out daily for the fun of it. So there you go. Man, that is way more detail than I ever wanted to give you guys. I kind of just wanted to do this silently in the background, but I feel like it's fair to bring up at this point because I keep mentioning it. When's the tutorial for downloading RAM? So if you just go to, I can't even say that as a joke. Oh man, I'm gonna be so sick tomorrow. I should power through and just drive home tonight. I was gonna take down this green screen, hop in bed and fall asleep. I should not. If I'm gonna wake up sick tomorrow, I should drive while I still feel semi-okay. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud. My brain, mush. My brain was mush at the end of the Bali Awards, but it is even more mush now. I'm sorry, guys. Favorite spot to flip? I like flipping sitting down, but I don't like the less mobility that you have. Favorite spot to flip? Standing up over a nice cushiony carpet with some thick socks on so I don't cut my... flipping a trainer, honestly. It'd be a cool video, Jasper and Den Den. I just... Would that fly on YouTube? Because ultimately, I think this is one of the things Ty talked about when he left the hobby, but like that uncertainty of knowing whether or not YouTube is just going to randomly take down one of your videos is a big hindrance to like actually putting in a ton of effort into Balisong related stuff. Kind of why I like the Bali Awards so much, because like it's live. That's the draw. If people miss the live, they watch the video, but most of the people care to watch it live, and there we go. Hey, Adam, thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your kind words. Thank you for showing up tonight. Thank you for all your kind words in chat tonight as well. And I will see you later, dude. Sleep well, man. I don't know what. Oh, there, bud. Will Blade Bias just be the Will Hirsch flips of your channel? No. I think there is a future where Blade Bias and my main channel can coexist and be two separate things, two different styles of content, instead of being like supporting content to one another. I just don't know what that future looks like, and I don't know how the time management of that future looks like. Not letting me present Creator of the Year is such a missed opportunity, I'm just saying. And Farbos, I'm so sorry I had to kick you out of the Bali Awards this year. You can clip me saying this. I promise if you want a spot, you can have a spot, no questions asked next year. The edit would have gone so hard. Pyro already did a fan cam of me. I don't need another one. To make that kind of video, there would basically have to be an interview with a Balisong enthusiast in the EU that has extensive experience in each country in the EU. I know, but the whole thing is like, oh, I guess the title is how to legally do it. So you just don't talk. I mean, if a place it's illegal to do it, then you don't really. I was operating under the assumption that you would be talking about places where it was illegal to own a Balisong. But that is not true. That is not true. I will get you the fan cam. Also, I keep looking over at this thing. Shout out to Amazon, man. It's not like I wanted to display this box or anything. Freaking bastards. Oh, and the main box was like cut open, like someone was trying to see what was inside of it. It was like a big hole in the side of it. So thank goodness someone saw Transformers and just said, oh, this is worthless, and threw it back in the pile with the rest of the packages. Hello, I'm back. She wanted Taco Bell based. Getting your girlfriend, I assume, Taco Bell? That's based. Guessing the Legacy Award was the most disappointing. Yeah. I wouldn't say that I've ever really been like, no, I'm disappointed I won Creator of the Year over Brandon and Will. And I know that's like, oh, genuinely, I do think Brandon and Will put in way more work than Blade Bias. Brandon and Will put in more work to their channel this year than Blade Bias has in its entire existence. I don't think that that is an untrue opinion. I don't even think that's an opinion. Yeah, it would be tough, Farbos, but I would love to see it happen. Really would love to see it happen. I just blew up out of nowhere. Blade Bias or me? I mean, I wouldn't say it was out of nowhere. Will shared the first video I ever uploaded on Balisongs. I think that's a pretty substantial path to blowing up, as you would call it. Would you ever get a low taper fade? Maybe. I could do like short in the sides, long on the top. EU market gets into Balisongs, it would save this hobby from dying out one day. Dude, if the Balisong hobby dies out one day, as you put it, it would be because laws, legality, rules would kill it. The fact that Balisongs are illegal in most of the world, I think, is what kills the Balisong hobby. If it does die, I have real trouble believing the Balisong hobby will ever truly die out. But man, I don't know. After this year, I mean, it was an amazing year for Balisongs, but it was also a very somber, sobering year for Balisongs as well. Because we lost Fellowship, we lost Olympus Industries, we lost Hybel, we lost Machinewise making lower price products. We lost someone else. I feel really bad forgetting. Hybel isn't making anymore. Hybel switched to working full-time for a firearm manufacturer. We didn't really lose NRB though. NRB just isn't making as much of his stuff because he's working at Machinewise. Wait, this is news to people? Wait, hold on. You guys have me thinking I might have this wrong. Do I have this wrong? Where's his announcement? Wait. Okay, no, here it is. A unique opportunity, I'll quote him directly. A unique opportunity came up in my career that I could not pass up. Long story short, I landed the ideal job for my career as a design engineer at Cabot Guns, which in my opinion is the most prestigious handgun manufacturer in the world. Being a knife maker full-time has had its benefits and enjoyment over the years, but this job will be more sufficient and a consistent source of income for my family in order to meet our long-term goals. It's been a tough decision to make this change, but I believe it is the right one, and I'm excited about it. For now, I've closed my custom order books, For now, I've closed my custom order books, and for some time, I won't be producing any knives out of my shop. If you want an Invictus, now's your best chance to grab one. I'm still working on things behind the scenes. There's a project I've been working on for several months I'll be revealing soon. And I will still be attending... Did he say I'm still be attending Blade Show? I don't know about that, actually, but yeah. The Invictus also... Damn it, we have been listening... I don't have headphones in because my head hurts. So we have been listening to not sessions music this whole time. Whoops. Dude, the Fellowship pry bar, I love it. Being into Transformers now, this is going to sound crazy. I genuinely use the spike as a part separator. Like if there's like a really thin thing I can't get a nail in, I'll just pop in the toothpick. Yeah, Fellowship was really sad. That was a big hit. No, yeah, I agree. I think a video that kind of goes into the legalities of different European countries would be cool, assuming you could actually get that info. Just like I think it would be cool to do that with the states. I think it'd be super cool to say, hey, Georgia has ridiculously lax knife laws. You can have freaking, you know, blades up to 10 inches long or whatever the fuck Georgia's knife laws are. But someplace like California, you can... This is not legal advice. I think I actually have to say that. You know, in California, you can own them, but you can't carry anything on you that has longer than a 3-inch blade or something like that. And in Hawaii, you can't have them, period, or whatever. Is this the new Leaf Let's Play? Holy hell. Is that just a random comment, or is that actually a deeper cut than any of my Balisong community would ever know about? Proud Camaro OG. No fucking way. Holy hell. The fact that you even remember. And that's the reason I'm taking you. So normally if someone said something like that, I'd just be like, no, that's a troll. The fact that you even know about the New Leaf Let's Play is pretty good evidence that that's probably just a legit person who used to watch me in 2020. Holy hell. Things have changed quite a bit around here. But I still have that. I still have the town. I could load it up right now if I wanted to. Either your green screen bugging or a dead pixel on your camera, but there's a black dot over your left armrest. There is a black dot over my left armrest. Oh, here? Are you talking about this? No, that was shit on my... Wait. What the fuck? Can you even have dead pixels in a camera? Is that real? Are you talking about that? What the hell even is that? What the? I thought you were crazy, dude. I can't even lie. I was about to roast the shit out of you, but you're actually, you're just real. That is legitimately a fucked up part of my phone camera. Holy shit. Now, where is that on the actual... So my phone is this way. I have the scene cropped, so it's probably if the phone was standing up. I'm gonna have to look for this in an actual video on my phone, but that is... Dude, I don't even know how you saw that. Good eye. Genuinely just impressive eye. Your phone camera quality, is this good? Yeah, I have a Samsung S21 Plus. So it's actually an old phone at this point. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. You're getting twiddled for not rigging the Necron into being Balisong of the Year. Shout out my Instagram message requests. Cameron, your S24 is doo-doo. Dude, I don't want to upgrade. There's no reason to. So my dad had an S22 Plus that I could upgrade to if I wanted to, and I probably will because it has double the storage, and my phone storage is constantly 99% full. But yeah, there's no reason to upgrade. There's just no reason to upgrade. It's just the same phone every year. I know nothing about this shit, but based on my extensive research, I do think there's a category that was genuinely stolen. I'm glad I'm not hard in the community because I would 100% be toxic. What the fuck are you talking about? Farbos, what are you talking? Oh, dude, whoever brought up that dot, you've just ruined every stream ever. Hold on, if I crop the camera, does it just go away like instantly? If I go, whoop, oh, that's not it. If I go, okay, there's the dot. We all see it on my knee, on my leg. Fuck, that's where? There we go. Are you gonna let me crop this? There we go. Now you see it. Now you don't. Now you see it. Now you don't. Now you see it. Now you don't. What if we put Dex there? Okay. Put Dex there. Hold on. This is too much work. I'm not doing this. I played a card game with friends today, and it frankly has me geeking. Wait a minute. Are you Oh, you have got to be shitting me. You have got to be shitting me. So I had these. The artist must have like bumped their iPad or something. It's on Dex. Bro, that's too funny. So in every stream I've ever done, watch this. If I crop Dex, it goes away. On every stream I've ever done, that has been there. And dude, the artist who drew Dex, because Dex, this is not an image that I cropped. It's a file that I have from the person who drew it. They must have like tapped their iPad or something. That's too funny. Holy cow. Okay, well, my camera's not broken. Awesome. We win. I'm glad I moved Dex to try and figure out what it was. That's awesome. Holy shit, bro. That's crazy shit. Do you smoke? No. I don't smoke or drink or do any. I'm the most boring white person you will ever meet. Breathe air. Oh, my vape's done charging. I hate Andrew Tate, but I love that video of him. Especially the fucked up one where they raised his voice to be squeaky. That dot has been in every stream ever. Including... Oh, not the Bali Awards. Okay. That's true. This was the easiest hobby for me to get into. I think there's genuinely some so my theory for that is because this community is very small and very tight knit. I mean, think about if you will allow me to have a little bit, like, pat myself on the back and kind of ego stroke a little bit, even though that's not really what I'm doing. In no other hobby would a creator who has 15,000 subs win Creator of the Year. It's because we are such a small, tight-knit community that, like, smaller voices, objectively smaller voices, get boosted far higher, and it's far easier to feel like a part of the community. Because instead of being like just another cog in the machine of like the Transformers fandom, of which there are probably millions of people, you are part of the, you know, few vocal 10,000 that actually participate on a daily basis on the hobby. So it's far easier to feel, I don't know, important or like you're actually a part of the conversation rather than just being, you know, another view count on a YouTuber's video or something like that. I mean, that's the reason that I'm here. If I never got the attention that I got in the first video and, you know, the feedback that I got in the first video that I made, I would have made 2 or 3 more Balisong videos, and then that would have been like my little hobby for the year. And then I would have moved on and made something different the next year. Because that's how my YouTube was before Balisongs. My YouTube was just, Ethan uploads a yearly video about whatever he's into at the time. And it just happened that year it was Balisong. So, you know, if the Balisong community wasn't as tight-knit and kind of outspoken as it was, I never would have gotten that feedback or that recognition. I never would have known to continue making them. I never would have known what I make was actually valuable to people, and I never would have continued doing it. I would have made, you know, 2 or 3 total videos and then moved on to my next hobby the next year. Oh boy, Kanto. Why don't you just upload whatever you want just because? I mean, I do. That's the point of bonus bias. You know, I upload a video. I mean, my latest upload on this channel is a video about the eclipse. I still do that. I definitely still do that. I've uploaded videos about the eclipse, about the 21 Pilots album, about music gear, about Transformers, about whatever, and I continue to, and I will, because it's just who I am. If I am not yapping about something that I'm super interested in, then I'm just not, you know, I'm not living. It's genuinely what I enjoy to do. Planning to turn the awards into a video or just keep it as a VOD? So it will, I'm giving it a 50-50 chance that it becomes a video because I did say the last year's Bali Awards would become a video and it never did. If I am able to keep up with my New Year's resolution, the Bali Awards will be a video. Best video uploaded, by the way. I was really happy with that video. It was really cool. I enjoyed editing it, even though it was just really basic edit. I enjoyed scripting it, talking. I mean, it wasn't even like terribly scripted. Just like my Bali Awards presentation this year, I have like the bullet points of what I want to talk about, but I kind of free flow through them in a way that's a bit more natural. For me, at least. Quick draw reviews? Hey, I can't promise quick draw reviews will come back, but maybe they will. When did you say your collection video is going to happen? That'll be in January. My return to Blade Bias will most likely be either the collection video or a 2024 like actual recap video. Most likely. Not guaranteeing anything, but that will be coming in January. That's still guaranteed. That was always planned, you know, mid-January. Because I think that's when I uploaded it last year. Blade Bias collection. I uploaded it 11 months ago, and it was January 4th. So yeah, it won't be that early, but it'll be in January. That was always the plan. Hey, see ya, Ace. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it, genuinely. Thank you for hanging out. The Beijing vlog, that'll be a while. I'm still trying to figure out how to make that, you know, Still trying to figure out how to make that into like a proper video, you know? It's a difficult editing task. Someone commented on my stream before the Bali Awards. Hey, I know this is kind of late, but if I pay like $10, can I join or talk and hang out with the contestants? Okay. Rest up, Ted. Sleep well, dude. Oh, and Dasuko uploaded
which is Blade by it.
their Creator of the Year presentation. Go check that out. There you guys go. There you guys go, widowy. Jasper, probably not my wheelhouse, but if I can help in any way, please do let me know. Have a good night, dude. Why'd you read my message out loud? It was a public, it was a comment. Listen, I'm not the type of guy who leaks DMs all the time if we have like beef or something like that, except the one time that I read it out loud. But if you leave a public comment, I will publicly shame you. Yeah, I'll do my best. Like I said, I am a white American. I know nothing about foreign law or anything like that. But if you do figure I can help in any way, let me know. If I get DM'd something stupid, I'm putting that motherfucker on full blast. I wish I could. There's plenty of people that I've beefed with in DMs in the past that I would love to just come out and say, hey, I don't fuck with this person, but I'm not about starting a whole bunch of drama. If I pay you $10, can you rig the 2025 Bali Awards? Keep it on the low. I already did, bro. I already rigged Creator of the Year this year. You're gonna pay me out? Oh yeah, that was funny. That was funny, Farbos. I feel like that's a little different because that was a public thing. Is there an actual bald bias hat? There was. It was available. Dasuko sold it for all of, I believe, about like 4 or 5 days, and I think only 4 people bought one. So they will never exist again. But it did exist. If you watch one of the Blade Bias podcast episodes, we had the bald bias hats. Den. Dude, Banks. Congratulations, man. I could not be more proud of you, genuinely. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch the Bali Awards, man. I said everything that I want to say there. Oh, Ted. Ted was awesome. Brandon. Adam. Dasuko. Andrew Myers didn't think he was going to win. Really shocked, to be honest. I feel like I lost my sauce after all that drama late 2023. Is he talking about the dude that like fucked on him for like messing with his spacers or something like that. Dasuko, I could hug you, you little bastard. I love that. I love that guy. That guy's awesome. That guy's awesome. Thanks those have been there for me. Thanks to 100 people who sent knives to get worked on. Brings me joy to revive and customize people's collections. Dude, Andrew Myers certainly deserves it. Big shout out to everyone who's nominated and to me for putting on the awards. Also just cool that Lucas said my name. That's my favorite thing about bringing Lucas to the show, is that all the nominees are like, oh my gosh, Lucas said my name. Which is just, it's just cute. Shattered Concept said that, gosh, a lot of people posting about the Bali Awards. It's almost like this is like a big event or something. It always shocks me. It always shocks me how many people, like, you know, talk about it or post about it or whatever. It's awesome to see. Oh, the Johnny drama, dude. Oh man, I would never say that I am glad that a person left the Balisong community, but if you know, put your two brain cells together. I know you went over the percentages. Was there any close calls that were fun? Yeah, Bali of the Year. Bali of the Year was the ultimate close call. 2 votes. You ever think about making this as a real event somewhere like a convention? Can't say anything. TBD. Have I thought about it? Yes. Is it ever going to happen? Maybe. We'll see. I don't think I would do... Listen, I already get flustered enough presenting to 200 people online. I don't think I could get up on a stage and present in front of a bunch of people. Especially if some asshole came to just heckle me the whole time from the audience. I wouldn't be able to... I wouldn't have the mental bandwidth to deal with that. Let me present Farbos. Dude, if you want to make an alternate presentation to Creator of the Year, please do. I will post it. You know what? I will extend this offer to you and only you. If you want to do an alternate presentation for Creator of the Year, if you think you can somehow beat, or whatever category you want, I shouldn't assume that it's Creator of the Year. I will include it, if you get it done quick enough, in the edit that I do for the Bali Awards. I like it better live stream because we get the cool videos from the presenter. Oh no, we would still do... If it was live, it would still be the same format. It would just be in front of a live audience. Oh, live Bali Awards. I see, Farbos. I see. But yeah, Banks, I think this was the closest call. Totori 152, EPS TI Wraith 150. Yeah, like we would... Listen, this is not something that is ever going to happen. Don't hold your breath. But like if we were to do a live Bali Awards, I'd want like a stage with a big screen above me so we could still have people present. People could physically come present if they really wanted to, or they could just, you know, throw it up on the screen. We could have an audience, you know, microphones. We could live stream it all. It would be the same. It would just be different. Okay, yeah, I'm frazzled. Still here listening, but I'm driving home. Put your damn phone down, mister. Banks asked about editor. Nerd, I shouldn't call him Nerd. I know his name is Max. Max did fine, you know, under the context that Brandon swept the whole category. Kind of like the bite handle rave. Sure. But again, don't get your hopes up. I don't think I could handle being on a stage in front of a bunch of people. I can barely handle this stream as it is. I'm really good streaming to, 24 people, but once I know that this is like a big event that people are gathering around their TVs to watch, the pressure gets built up a little bit and it becomes more like a public speaking thing than it really should. Dude, Den, you would have, Danny, you would have rocked at the bite handle rave. I stopped just to say that. Bro, drive safe. Keep driving and drive safe, you big old... All of that was off the dome. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I said... What did I say? Danny, the most outspoken tank top wearing, bike riding, guitar playing, Balisong flipping something. Is it worth it going to Blade Show if you can't buy any Bally's? Abso-fucking-lutely. Yes, just going to meet the community is worth the price of admission. Now, I do say that as a creator, so take that with a grain of salt. But as far as I have seen in, Blade Show, so many people, get to sit in a circle and talk to people who are like-minded. Like, people probably think, oh, no, just because I'm not a creator, so I won't get anything out of it. No, you will still meet so many cool people. You'll probably make new friends. Blade Show is absolutely worth it if you can't buy Balisongs. Even just to try Balisongs. Like, you can walk up to people's booth, pick stuff up after you properly ask them, of course, and just try stuff. And I think that's worth more than buying anything alone. I pull up on stage with a Lamborghini, get out, scream, "What's up?" Proceed to rant about the morons in Discord. That'd be fire. Yeah. You'd have to use my Lamborghini, that I lent you. The Lamborghini that I would lend you to. Yeah. Cybertruck. Yeah, pull up in a Cybertruck. The one that you let me borrow so I could drive your grandmother to the hospital to get the heart surgery that I paid for. You're welcome. Of course, you're welcome. The Blade Bias sponsorship during the Bali Awards, it just paid out so well. I had to give some to my mod and help out his grandma. Just my heart was touched. Dude, I think that's it. My head hurts. My head legitimately hurts. My voice is going to be dead. I think we're done. Is there anything else anyone wants to ask? Anyone wants to see? Anyone wants to say before we wrap it up? Because I'll probably wrap it up here in the next 10 minutes or so. Just one more huge thank you to everyone who came out, everyone who presented, everyone who watched. It was incredible. It's awesome to put this show on for you guys every year. And I sincerely hope you continue to enjoy it for, I hope we get to go many years to come. And Dasuko, genuinely, you win my favorite presentation of the night. I feel bad saying that because other people did really good on their presentations, but you continuously go above and beyond. And I don't even say that to say, hey, you have to do this every year. You don't have to do it, and you still do it. So thank you genuinely so much. Yeah, thank you, Tanner. Appreciate it. Appreciate your kind words. When the next Fortnite stream? Hey, maybe when I'm feeling better. Maybe when I'm feeling a little less burnt out from Balisong stuff. A lot of the effects are my first time trying them out. Dude, I miss the days of just experimenting with stuff and learning stuff when I make a new video. Yeah, $1. The Bali Awards have cost me canonically $1 to make. That's real. I mean, that is just real. What happened to that video of me and Brandon in the mall at Blade Show? Oh, it still exists. It's in... You know, I was just thinking about that earlier. I swear I remember editing together like a huge portion of the Blade Show video. You could almost convince me that I released the Blade Show video. Because I remember putting so much work. Yeah, Blade Show 2024. I have it right here.
Yeah.
Dude. Guys, I'm going to take a long walk off a short pier. The Blade Show video might be done. This might be a rough draft. Like, I have a few things to add, but, like, this might be fully edited and has been fully edited for, like, 6 months now.
Got camera shy. The plan. What's the plan today?
No. Okay. Oh, thank God. It's not done. Holy cow. Oh my gosh. That was a real scary moment. Oh my goodness. Because I thought this was the ending. It is not the ending. It is the beginning of day 3. So I still have to edit together all of day 3. Yeah, I met Den. I'm wearing my Dex shirt. I wore my Dex shirt on Saturday, right? Den, did you show up Saturday? Yeah, this is just okay. I really, because I have a lot of like editor's notes. I have like, hey, add transition here, add sound effect here, etc. So I thought it was done. It is not done, but a good amount of it is edited.
It's a V4 Squid Trainer. This was like when they first came out too. It's kind of cool. And I bought it. It says art.
Okay. Assuming I stick to my New Year's resolution, the Blade Show video will come out early next year. Again, don't take that with a huge grain of salt, but that is my goal. That is my goal. But yeah, okay. Dude, if this was fully edited just without a few like transitions and sound effects, I don't think YouTube would have wanted to know what I would have done on stream. Do I still have the footage for this is the real question. Mass video storage, YouTube archive, Blade Show 2024. It's all right here. Yeah, so I'm still missing footage of... Oh, shit. Oh, I only have one day edited. Oh, I still need to edit together Saturday and Sunday. Yeah. Okay, no, the Blade Show video is far from done. Okay, good. Good. That is good. That is good news. Oh my gosh. I can't even imagine the embarrassment I would have felt if I had a 99% edited Blade Show video sitting on my drive for the better part of 6 months from now. Oh, man. Okay. Chat, I'm done. I'm going to be so sick tomorrow. I cannot tell you the next time I will see you. It could be in a few days with a non-related Balisong stream or non-Balisong related stream. It could be in like 3 weeks when I finally wake up from my hibernation, but I will be back, I promise. Thank you all genuinely. Appreciate you guys for sticking around, for being just good people in the chat and Bali Awards and all of that. Congratulations to all the winners. Congratulations to all the nominees. Thank you again to the presenters. Thank you to Ty for helping me win Creator of the Year. And yeah, have a good night, everyone. I will see you all in the next one. Later. Love you too, Varbos.